Welcome to this edition of ABI's Quick Bit video series. My name is Lisa Fox. I'm with ABI, and I'm here with Rick Cordaro, who is with the principal. And we've been visiting about some of the challenges that some of our members might be facing as they look at their retirement planning. They do a great job when it comes to planning for their 401k, college saving plans. Their employee benefits are probably well taken care of, but there's one vulnerability that you've made me aware of.
Right.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, you bet. What that is and like you say, they do spend a lot of time with retirement plan and a great deal of time today on healthcare, because that's a big issue today, and the consequences of the new laws. But one thing that we'd like to have them do is step back and say, okay, how does my risk management program look relative to if one of my employees or myself were to become sick or hurt, and what's the financial consequence of that? Not only to my company, but what about to that family and economy as a whole? We know as in our industry, we realize that the consequences of a sickness or injury today is pretty devastating. More people through this economy that we've had since 2008 have lost their home because of a sickness or injury than they did because of the economy as a whole. More people lost their paychecks because of a sickness or injury than because of the economy. And most people equate that to unemployment, companies losing or dropping employees or all these different things. More people lost their incomes and the financial consequence of that, of losing their homes, paychecks and all, than they did because of the economy.
Wow, I would have had no idea that was the case. Well, I would assume that most of our employers take pretty good care, they think they take pretty good care of their employees when it comes to a short-term and even a long-term disability product for their employees and for themselves. Are they taken care of?
Well, they are. Those are terrific strategies to deal with the consequence of becoming sick or hurt. However, there's a group of people that typically are undercovered or underinsured or underserved by those type of products, and it happens to be the owners, those individuals who are the drivers, the rainmakers, the individuals who are compensated based on other forms of income other than salary. Could be bonuses, could be commissions, could be stock options, all these different types of forms of income or incentive compensation, which a lot of people obviously take and utilize for their living expenses. Those things are at risk when you look at a long-term disability and what's covered under a long-term disability income.
Well, and one of the other things that you made me aware of just a moment ago is their health care may not be covered.
Right. Well, it won't be. I mean, you have to realize that in Iowa, the state allows for an individual, once they're fired, that they are now become responsible for their own health care coverage.
Oh my gosh.
And that's done through COBRA on a short-term basis, but still the cost is that of the employees who is sick or hurt and not working. So
and it's really cheap to
get not today. No, it isn't. So you understand that you lost a good portion of your income because of the LTD benefit is not covering 100%, and then you have the added expense of covering not only your health care costs, but what about your retirement plan? What's going to happen to that? I mean, you're going to still live, and you still need to retire at some point because Social Security benefits may stop, LTD benefits. So all these consequences really need to be addressed in a very concise way that employers understand the consequence, employees have an opportunity to solve that problem for themselves, and take some action.
So just take some time and walk yourself through the scenario.
Absolutely. They should take an inventory of what would happen if they became sick or hurt.
Fantastic. Well, this is a little frightening. It's got me thinking anyway. So thank you very much for being with us. It's Rick Cordaro, who is with the Principal Agency, or the Principal Financial Group, and they're part of ABI's Advisory Council, which is a group of professional services companies that gather monthly to identify issues facing Iowa business and then work together to solve them. And this certainly does that. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.